Chris, what's the hardest part of the business when you started? Because you have fulfillment, you have product sourcing from China, you have marketing, you have customer service, you have employees. What have you found to be challenging over the last few
Hey,
years?
man, building the team is definitely the biggest
Hmm.
thing. Employees. I mean, it comes from someone that, I always did everything myself. So those first couple of years and why I didn't know how to run a business is because I wanted to do every single thing myself. And I felt like I had to be successful. But if you want to scale up, if you want to get to that next level, it's the same thing as sports, which is so funny that it took me so long to realize. There's a head coach, there's assistant coaches, there's players, and you don't do all three. As an athlete, I was just the player. I wasn't coaching as well. So when I got into the business world, it's funny that it took me so long to finally realize that. But the other thing is that
Dude,
when
you
you're in
don't
a
wake
lot,
up knowing this stuff, though. That's the thing we
yeah,
keep. You just don't
yeah,
know. And Gino, what do we call that when someone tries to do it all themselves?
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get burned out sooner or later, and I ain't going to scale.
I'm a mentality, dude. 100%.
yeah, no, for sure. So that was me really until 3 kids later and a pandemic that forced me to finally say, hey, there's no chance. I physically can't even do it anymore. I can't be at the warehouse. I have 3 kids. I can't have a babysitter over. I have to figure out a way to actually build a team at this point. And that's kind of when I started putting in a budget, a forecast, a team, an org chart for the first time. Like
Yeah.
I had none of this stuff. So I finally reached out and said, hey, I need help. And my dad had been trying to help me from day one, and I would just ignore everything he said and thought I
He
could do
doesn't
it
know what he's
myself.
talking about, right? Come on, Dad. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Come on, man.
He just has 200 employees, but I thought that was nothing at the time. So I finally realized it. The other big thing too was that once you get in the business world, you find out really quickly that in the locker room, everyone's there for one reason, to win the game. In the business world, a lot of people are just there just to make money, just to get their paycheck. They're there just to show up a lot of times. It really they're not trying to win a game or be a team
They're
player.
not
So
all in. Yeah.
exactly. So you don't realize that until you step out of the locker room and you get into the real world, and you figure that out really quickly. So finding a way to keep people motivated and build a really a team culture was very difficult at first. The second thing was something that came from my dad. It was a way to incentivize everyone as a team instead of individuals. So all his top guys, he would put them into almost like a profit sharing. So he would give them a total pot, and it was based along the total revenue of the company, and everyone could see it. Everyone knew what it was, and it was all split if they hit their goals together as a team. So once I started incentivizing everyone as a team, everything changed. The sales team started talking to the fulfillment team and figuring out the best ways to get things done. The fulfillment team started looking up different ways to package the products and get them out cheaper and find cheaper shipping. And all of a sudden, once everyone was incentivized as a team, I also didn't have to really discipline anyone anymore. It kind of just happens naturally at this point. If someone's not holding up on their end, I could guarantee the other two departments are going to be like, hey, what is going on over here? Because it's affecting their bonus, it's affecting their pay. So that was huge. It was almost an immediate change where the second we put in a plan that it required everyone to work as a team to benefit their bonuses, things exploded. We actually 3x'd our profits that year, which was absolutely insane.
Freaking
Sounds like
awesome.
he's got some A players coming out of the woodwork and feeling a little bit more like a team, Gino.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
100%.